On my previous blog posting, I was able to show you two videos where I showed my first 2 times performing on stage of stand-up comedy, not at comedy clubs. And also in this video coming up, I'm going to show you a handful of interviews I did with comedians talking about their first times doing open mics, not at comedy clubs specifically, reinforcing my point from the first video. But they'll talk about doing comedy in places that I guess were seedy, dirty, smoky bars, and all the such. And also, I'll be talking to Roberto, a local favorite here in the 209, about doing an open mic 5 years ago and being able to come back 5 years later and headline the joint, and we'll also have his reflection.
Shit is hella different out here. I was in a bar, and I was trying to talk to people, make friends, right? And I'm telling this one guy, I'm trying to bond. And this one guy, I'm all like, hey, do you like sports? He goes, I love NASCAR. And I'm like, Bay Area, I'm like, NASCAR isn't a sport. He looked at me and said, you know what, I'll have you know that the average NASCAR driver loses 14 to 20 pounds from sweat in one race alone. I'm like, really? Algebra makes me sweat? Is algebra a sport? My sister died, she's from the Bay Area. And I'm like, you know what? If sweating's all it takes to qualify something as a sport, we need to start the National League of Fat Guys Walking Up a Flight of Steps. And if you think the crashes are awesome in NASCAR, you should see the crashes in Fat Guys Walking Up a Flight of Steps. And you know what? If sweating's all it takes to qualify something as a sport, we need to start the National League of having to take a pregnancy test. Because I don't know about you, but I lose 14 to 20 pounds in sweat alone if my name is mentioned in a pregnancy test.
My name is Hen Singleton. The first time I did an open mic was at the Brainwash in the city.
My name is John Griffin, and I do absolutely nothing. I recycle cans and I push a shopping cart around the streets of the city of Oakland for a living. And my first open mic was in the end zone in East Oakland.
Yo, my name is Sean Boogie. My first time doing an open mic was horrific. I learned to do it. When you do your routine, you got to stick to your routine until you know it really, really well.
I'm Jeff Wallace, and I just started doing stand-up not all that long ago. And my first experience was in a place called, I can't remember what it was, like Zen Walk Fusion, something like that. And I went with a few buddies.
And my first open mic here at Oak Grove, January 2013. Drunk as fuck, had 40 fucking of my friends here. I thought I was going to be America's next top comic.
Man, it was a great time. I remember it was at the Fat Cat in Modesto.
My first time doing an open mic. Was pretty memorable. It was a pretty great experience. Pretty addictive right off the bat. I remember I did this little coffee shop called the Impresso here in Stockton.
This crowd is good. I've been here before. Actually, this is where I started doing comedy like 5 years ago. So we're gonna have a fun time. I know it.
Where was your first open mic at?
Right here. Right here about 5 years ago, and I did it because of a hot girl. She wanted me to do stand-up comedy, and I said, yeah, I'll do it. I didn't think I was going to do it. And then she told me, well, I know a place, and I couldn't back out. So I did it, and now I'm hooked, and I don't want to stop. It was a good night tonight. I was really glad to be back on the stage where I started. Crowd was fun. We had fun. Kicked ass. So can't wait to get back here. In the future, I hope to be doing more jokes, creating more creative stuff, and bringing the noise, bringing the funk, bringing the pain.
I want to thank Mida for having us out here and making this happen. I want to thank Heroes for opening up their beautiful venue for some comedy. We really appreciate it.